morning.
Good
Hello,
morning.
everyone.
How is everyone this morning? Welcome to the river on this beautiful Monday morning.
It is beautiful.
It is Monday, right?
Well, I think it's whatever day we want to make it right now. And I'm not even sure what day that would be for me, but I think I'll go back to Saturday.
Yeah. No. I don't want to go back
not
to
this
Saturday.
past Saturday. I'll flip forward to the next Saturday.
Oh, let's see somewhere in the week because I need a couple of day break from shows.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Hello,
Jery,
everyone.
good morning.
Good morning,
And Deirdre, I was just asking about you because I hadn't seen you yet. So
good morning,
darling.
Deirdre. Good morning.
Help us share this out, please. Share it to your timelines or your groups or somebody that you care about. Good morning, Luann. Good morning, Tony. You're in early.
Hi, Tony. I bet they're up and getting ready to go work on their new place. I can't wait to see how that goes and what they're doing. So
somebody's sharing into the river group. I don't want to do it 2 or 3 times. Thank you, Wendy. Good morning, sweetheart.
Thank you. Good morning,
May
Wendy.
the 4th be with you all. Okay.
The 4th.
Okay.
Be with you.
Yeah, don't make my brain think in numbers this morning. That's too complicated. Good morning, Lillian.
And good morning, Robert. I want to get to another stream because I'm not seeing the comments.
I don't see Robert. I don't know where you're at yet.
He's on Enlightened Living.
Okay. Yeah, it'll show up in a minute.
Okay.
It takes a little bit.
Okay. I want to go here.
Oh, you shared in the group. Thank you, Wendy. Or Deirdre. Sorry, my eyes aren't functioning. I don't have my glasses on.
Okay.
All right. So we had a big weekend. How many of you were with us for some of that yesterday with Enlightened World Network? That was amazing.
Oh, you guys doing an awesome job. Okay, now I can see everybody here. I like this. Good. I can see it on Enlightened World Network. Okay.
Good.
Yay.
Yeah.
And good morning, Sally.
I still don't see Robert, though. Robert's
on
invisible.
He is on Enlightened Living, and
yeah, but this one shows everything.
Yeah,
supposedly.
Interesting. I don't know why we're not seeing him there. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? It was a really, really uplifting weekend here. With all the programming and everything that went on, it was kind of crazy, but it was awesome. And it was, and Sherry says it was phenomenal.
I love that word.
I do too.
Thank you. Yes, I saw you on there some yesterday, Sherry.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you to all of you who supported us. Because it is a lot of work. And, we do put a lot of time in behind the scenes. So we appreciate the support on that. And
good morning, Sharon Boyle over in the UK and Lily in Norway. Oh my gosh. It's an international morning. I feel like we should be doing that International Coffees commercial or something. We
should have the French, French vanilla latte.
Yes.
And Carol Allen just came in.
Good morning, Carol.
It feels like Monday now. People are straggling in. Usually when we open it up, it's like, hi. Now it's like, hi.
Yeah, I hit the snooze twice this morning, and I came out here and I saw Teri was still kind of in that twilight zone state, so I kept the dogs really quiet and let her kind of stay in a little bit. So I started setting up last night because I knew that this morning was going to be one of those wonderful wake up, oh my gosh, what a great weekend it was kind of mornings, but a very slow one a bit. So we started last night, so it was really easy to get set up this morning.
Yeah, Shumona, please try to reboot so that you can get us on there. Good morning, Becky. And Sally says they have a day off today, and that's always good. Time to play in their own yard. And
Yes.
there's Robert. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, Robert.
And Jean Lorio.
Jean, good morning.
Yeah, and I saw somebody, Sherry said, fantastic group of speakers.
And Jean Lorio says, good morning. What a weekend. Loved it. So uplifting.
Yeah, it was.
You know, when I did the water, we talked about how energy, words, and what we intend, what we focus on is what we create in the water, in the body, and on the planet. And it hit me as I was talking to Deb Goldberg yesterday before my show, is that day that Teri and Ruth and Deb and for Enlightened World put together, the power of all of the presenters, the power of the intention, the power of the healing was unquantifiable. What that day alone put out onto the planet and how it lifted it up. And I want to say to you again, Teri, and if Deb and Ruth, I don't think they're watching because I'm sure they're still asleep.
Well, it's Deb's meditation time, and Ruth is like still sleeping.
But I just, and all the other speakers, I just want to say, wow, congratulations, kudos, and thank you on behalf of humanity. Thank you for lifting us all up. Thank you for adding love and healing and joy and peace to the collective instead of that F word. Yeah. And I'm saying the FEAR word. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm going to kind of spread it out because that's what we need right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just, it was just amazing. So, and thank you all for supporting it.
Yes. I loved seeing all of you pop in yesterday, the ones that did. Good morning, Julie Kiss. And Deirdre, you had company for the first time in over a year yesterday, so she missed your water blessing.
Oh, that's okay, honey.
You can watch the replay.
Watch it on replay.
All the replays are there. And also, if you go on to enlightenedworld.online, excuse me, you can see all of the presenters have their bios there and their picture, and then you can just click a link, click a button, and you can watch their broadcast from yesterday. Mm-hmm. So instead of trying to wade through Facebook and trying to find them all, you can do it that way. It takes you right to their show, and it's really a great job that our behind-the-scenes people work hard to put all of that together and have it where it's really organized in a way that we can all see it.
And that's Sue Seekoff and Dido Clark.
Yeah, we love them.
They're amazing.
They usually pop on here with us. Hi, C. Good morning. How was your weekend, sweetheart?
Hi, C. Oh, she had a great show yesterday also. And I can't think of the lady's name that she had on. It escapes me, but I also saw a picture of her this morning, her guest on this morning. So it was really good. I only caught part of it, but what I caught was awesome.
Oh yeah, Sharon, I saw you on our wrap-up show, and I hope some of those, because at the end of the day, we share who all was on and kind of what they did, just a little brief thing about them. And so hopefully that intrigued some of you. If you missed some of the shows, it gave you an idea of what was in that presentation.
You know, that's what I love about that wrap up is I'm kind of do some behind the scenes stuff here during the day. So I don't get to see all the presenters. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think most of us, you know, we have other things that we have to get done. So that wrap up, what it does, it's like looking up your TV guide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can look, I watched it because I put up the little pictures, you know, and it helps me to, okay, I want to see this one right away. I can wait, maybe a day on this one, but it really helps me to determine which ones I'm going to watch how quickly. And good morning, Rick and Diane.
Yes, Sharon, you're not going to make me cry again this morning. But thank you. I appreciate your words. And who else came in? Oh, love the website. Yes, that enlightenedworld.online. It's so comprehensive. And they have a lot of good stuff on there. So
Yes.
check it out. They have good articles too. People that have just written inspirational things and put it up there, and they support all of us that do shows and work with them. There's a lot of information about us on there. So thank you. Sherry Seymour, happy Monday to you, darling. Well, I don't know, Lillian, because I just died last night, I think. After 15 hours of doing live streaming, I was ready for sleep.
Yes, Lillian, I think a lot of people, I hear this quite frequently with friends and clients, that their sleep patterns have really been disrupted. There's so much energy coming onto the planet right now. There's so much happening. And then the collective energy on the planet is also disrupting sleep. So yes, in answer to your question, many, many, many people are finding that to be the case. So, I know Enlightened World Network has the replays of the daily meditations, and you can go a lot of different places to try to help you calm your body into a more relaxed state. I know a lot of it for me is sometimes lots on my mind. So I actually do the Ho'oponopono before I go to sleep at night. That's what I fall asleep to at night. And that repetitive kind of focused meditation really helps.
It is a flame.
It's Monday morning. They practice on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, this day, that day, pretty much every day now.
So what kind of week are y'all looking at? What's everybody doing? I know there's some places that are starting to kind of do a soft opening. Here in Florida, I think we're still pretty much locked down. So,
yeah,
so what have you all? Yeah, what have you all got going? Are you going to be able to get out, or are you still plugging along? And how are you doing with really going inside during this time? We've talked about that, about how important that is to look at what this is all about. And I think it's all about reconnecting inside to ourselves.
A couple of things. Number one, I want to say hi to Trisha Cullen in New Mexico, but Carol wants to share something with us this morning. She says, I have to share something that happened yesterday. I was in my yard and hold on, my beautiful dog is making lots and lots of noise. Okay. I was in my yard and a beautiful golden retriever came running in. I could hear his owner calling, and I got the dog to come to me, and he sat down. I called out to the owner, who turned out to be a young man. He thanked me and then asked me if I was putting in a garden. I said, yes. I'd like to make it bigger. He said, I make the forms. I'll bring you one. I said, I'd be happy to pay you for it. He said, no, I've been making them to give to people that want to grow food. That's how I pay it forward. I felt so blessed. It was like a prayer answered.
That is awesome.
Wow. Is that incredible or what?
This is what I've been saying, that I think this time out that we've been given is going to make a lot of people look at how we treat other people and what we do out in the world to make an impact. I seriously think that. So I'm really glad that you had that experience. And I think there's many more of those experiences happening. We're just not hearing about it just yet. And Trish says she's still in quarantine. Patricia Haggerty, good morning. She's getting out and taking rides in New York.
And still doing
gardening.
Yeah.
Yes. And Lillian says she's in her garden a lot with the birds. Oh, you have a beautiful garden. Lily she's in Norway, and I've seen those pictures, and I've seen your garden and your trees and all that nature that's right there where you are. As much as you can get out there, Lillian, that's going to help you a lot. Yeah. It really will help with your grounding and being able to release. You said earlier you needed to release. And and you made a statement that it was difficult, and we tell ourselves how we're going to be. We make a choice every day, and I'm not knocking that it is difficult for you, but we make choices every day. And once we make a decision, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to tackle this, that's like click something inside. It says, okay, then let's do it, and then there may be times it'll be up and downs, but at least you've got that commitment that I'm going to work through whatever it is there that's to be released. And I think you've experienced a lot of that lately. And it's like your yes is your commitment. Yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm all in. And you've said that. I'm all in.
Yep.
Whatever it takes to get through this.
Yeah. And the one thing that I add to that is I state the intention that I'm all in, but I also state the intention that I will do it with ease and grace. Mm-hmm. Because our words, as Teri said, they set up the energetic flow. And so when we think or say it's going to be difficult, and trust me, it doesn't feel good at all. But I ask that I do it with ease and grace, and that I am open and I allow, and we're going to go through it no matter what. So they told me to set the intention to do it with ease and grace. Be open, allow, let it flow. It's still going to feel the same way,
right? But
it's going to move much quicker, much smoother, and as you go through it. And I was thinking, when you're out in your garden, ask the elementals, the fairies, the sprites, everybody to help you to release with ease, to help you just let it go, because they'll transform it. They'll transmute it. They'll take care of it for you. Just let it go.
Yeah. Absolutely. And also, Lillian, I know I've been talking to you for years, and I know that you don't have a lot of spiritual support there where you're at. So use us. Yeah. Come in here every morning. Come in and just hang out with us. We're a good group to hang with, and we'll all lift you up, honey. We support each other. That's what this family is all about. So we'll be your family. We're miles and miles apart, but we're not really in the grand scheme of the spiritual realm. Yes. You're right here with us. We're bringing you right into this family with us. So use us as that support system, and we'll all put our arms around you, and you're so welcome to be here. We just love you. I love your energy. And let's release some of that stuff that's going on.
Our hearts are connected.
Oh, absolutely.
And Diane says, my oldest daughter, Jess, is visiting towards the end of the week. The mountains will be opening back up on the 9th, but I am still working to keep social distance because we are getting lots of tourists again in the area. Yeah. And do you want to get Sally?
This time was meant for moments of self-awareness, as well as giving us moments of hesitation to really think before.
Yes.
And, Sally, I use that with my clients. I do life coaching. And I always tell them, okay, just imagine there's this movie going on. This is your movie. Your life is your movie. And we can hit the pause button on that movie anytime we want. If there's a situation where it's getting a little heated, because many of my clients have relationship problems or other type of things going on, family problems. So when it gets into that heated moment, instead of just blurting out and reacting, hit the pause button, step back from it and think, okay, let me process this for a minute and then react. And it makes such a big difference when you do that, because in the heated moments, that's when we say words. We can't take back our words. So we might say something that we don't really mean, but it triggered something in us. And so that came up and out. So, take that moment to pause. If we can learn that one habit to do that, what a different world it would be.
It really would be. Yeah. And I'm finding that. And right now, the energy's coming onto the planet. Everything it's like we're on a hair trigger almost. Yes, so It's really important. And Tricia asks again, is anyone else having severe insomnia? Grounding has been tough. Yeah, it seems to be a collective thing. And even Sally said she's waking up at 3 a.m. Grounding, I don't know, Tricia, what, where you live or what your environment is like. And I know Epsom salts baths going out. I go out every single day, and I go in the yard, and I just lay my whole body on the ground. And we're right on the river, so I do have that also to kind of help me ground. But there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. Breathing, breath work,
chocolate,
and chocolate. Well,
I always go to chocolate.
Yeah, and she laughs, but chocolate is very grounding. There's some chemical in the chocolate. Deb was saying, Deb Goldberg, the person that she had on before she brought me on yesterday, she said and they had her up in the air, like beautifully, etherically, floating around. And she said, as soon as she was done, she had to get up and go get chocolate. She says, I don't know why I was craving chocolate. And I said, because you needed to ground.
Yeah, we laugh, but it is so true.
Yes, absolutely.
It really is. And we're not talking about eating a whole bag of chocolate, but just sometimes just a little square of chocolate or a little bite of it. And then it does something like Jeryl was saying, it does something in your body.
Yeah. So
there's many ways to ground, and I love crystals also. Yeah. Just holding them in your hand, you start to relax your breath, and you go into that place. There's many, many ways, and we can talk about more if anybody else has suggestions about grounding, just standing on earth. Yes. Putting your feet in the grass I love to go to the beach, so in the sand. That's where I get a lot of grounding from the ocean water.
Absolutely. And, Teri, when she does her meditations at the end, she takes, you see the light come from above, and it goes down through your chakras and all the way down into the center of the earth. So visualize or imagine or feel whatever it is, because some people visualize it. Everybody's different. Feel your root, just this cord going down into the center of the earth, into that crystalline grid, and anchor yourself into the earth. And that really helps me a lot too. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we got some good conversations
going
on. And Sharon Boyle says, who doesn't crave chocolate, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so Patricia Haggerty loves the quiet that has come from quarantine. Yeah. I totally agree. This is a time to really go into that space. And one of my favorite presentations from yesterday was Stephen Altar. He is in Tokyo, Japan, and he's on with us every time we do one of these days of transformation. And he took us into such a space, and he would have us do the breathing. And he says, when you can get to the point that your in-breath and your out-breath are the same, there's no distinction, you've reached that stillness. And then he also talked about the space between the breath and the space between the thoughts, just going to that space where it's total stillness. You're just in the now, and you're not anticipating and you're not reflecting. You're just staying right there. And it was so peaceful. And he always does that. He always brings us to that space when he comes in and does his presentations.
And we've got, people are really having a lot of crazy dreams right now, and they're waking them up.
Yeah. I did last night.
When we're in our dream state, and there's different beliefs as to what that actually is, we're going into other dimensions, and we're working things out in our dream state that we're not able to consciously work out in this awake 3D world. And so right now there's so much transformation going on that people are really having quite a time. And dream journaling is a really good way to, if you get woke up from a dream, write it down. And you start to see the patterns. It's because like playing detective.
Yeah, Tricia said that she will start to have intense dreams, and then she wakes up 2 to 3 hours a night max. It's so frustrating. Well, write it down, and I think this will help with all of that pattern, because you'll start to see what's going on in your dream state. So absolutely journaling. I swear by journaling. It's the best thing you can do. Yeah. Joanne McConnute, good morning. She's with
Joanne.
us. And she said, I'm just sitting here making amethyst bracelet for a little boy who feels bad spirits around him. Oh. So I'm going to make him feel protected with angels are watching over you charms on it. Hope that puts a massive smile on his face. And amethyst is a great grounding stone as well. Yes. And calming stone. I used to put amethyst around my cat's water because it really does. It really affects not just people, but animals, whoever comes in contact with it. So if you don't have any amethyst, plus I love the color. It's my favorite color.
Oh, and Sherry Seymour, good morning, good morning. How are you? Let's see. Oh my gosh, this was too funny. Trish Cullen, I love this, Trisha. She says, I ate an entire box of early Mother's Day chocolates last week. Yikes. We've got to laugh, and we've got to really, we're so used to beating ourselves up for doing certain things, and we have an issues group here in Angelic River Family. And, it's just, we got to cut ourselves some slack and just really lighten up and just be okay. So thank you for sharing that.
And you took one for the team, because I don't eat chocolate. I don't eat sugar, I should say. I eat sugar-free chocolate. And Luann said she was given a spark of hope yesterday in regards to getting home to her family. Some things to work out, but she hopes to be on her way by early to mid-June with her sister and cousin. Luann, we are thrilled. And I hope that you do get to work that out where you can be home soon with them.
Yeah, that's great news. And the time is going to fly by. It is. It's really going to fly by.
And we need good news right now. Let's share anything that you've got to share that's good news. We all get uplifted by your good news. You see how that worked?
Yeah.
We shared that, and it's just like you felt the energy rise from it.
And Carol Allen said the Circle of Light ceremony last night was beautiful, especially the healing pool. That's a meditation that was channeled from Archangel Michael, was it not?
Michael, from the very beginning, we have done that healing pool. This was our fourth full day of presentations, and every time we do the healing pool at the end, and it's just beautiful. And the three of us, Ruth, Deb, and I, have done a lot of meditations at that healing pool. So there's been a lot of creativity that comes from doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
So Sharon, you have many dreams, and with any that are crazy and full of unpleasantness, I think that is a culmination of any subconscious fears that may be lingering, which can manifest in the most bizarre dreams. That's true.
I agree 100%.
Have you noticed if you go to sleep with something on your mind, it's usually a dream pops up in there to try to kind of figure things out, I think.
Yeah. And that's why people, that old saying, sleep on it. Well, it's true. If you sleep on it, you usually, especially if you put the intention that you have a solution on the issue by morning, you usually wake up with a solution to whatever's going on. Yeah.
And the other thing you can do, intentions are so powerful, and I cannot stress that enough. I say it all the time because it's true. So just before you go to sleep, set your intention that whatever happens during the night, it will be with ease and grace. It will be something that's for your best and highest good.
Right.
Because there's a lot of spiritual work that happens in that relaxed state of sleep. And you can ask for inspiration. Ask your angels, ask your spirit guides, help me to wake up knowing what I was taught last night, or knowing what I need to know for my best and highest good. So set that intention, and you'll find, there were a lot of really great innovations, people that came out with ideas and things that we use every day. And that was done that way. They would talk with their spirit guides, or they would, just set that intention before they went to sleep. And then they wake up inspired. And it's like, that's how we got light bulbs. That's how we got a lot of the things that we have. And that's documented, that these people did that. Some of our greatest inventors really knew that power of setting the intention and then going with what happened in their relaxed time.
Right. In fact, like Edison, Einstein, different ones, they didn't sleep like all night long. What they would do is they would sleep like power sleep, power nap almost. And it was in that state. Interestingly enough that you say this, because Dr. Bruce Lipton, who I just love, I love his work, and he talks about the fact that when you are in that sleep state, you go into that REM state, and it is like a hypnotic state. And so that is a time, and I do this frequently, where you can reprogram those conditioned thoughts from the womb up until the age 7. Our brains are literally 24/7 in a hypnotic state. And so absolutely everything we take in, what words, thoughts, sound from our families, from our surroundings, our environment, our schools, everything becomes truth. It becomes real to us. And so whatever it is that you've inputted, that's a time in that sleep state to change those conscious and unconscious core beliefs that we've gotten from others. So sleep state can be one of the most powerful things that we have. And Sherry Seymour says she's waking up several times a night, more than usual, and she just goes into prayer mode at that time.
Oh, yeah. That's a great thing to do. And C was talking, we asked earlier about how people ground, and C mentioned the pink sea salt, which I use that as well. Yeah. And she says bathing in it and sometimes just pouring it on my hands and washing my hands in the kitchen sink with pink salt. It really grounds me instantly. So that's another good tip, to do some grounding before you go to sleep. Yes. Because sometimes we're so tired, we're like, oh, I just want to fall asleep. Close my eyes and just go into sleep. But if you take just a moment to ground, either put your feet on the ground or do something like that. That's an easy, fast way to ground, and just rub some sea salt on your hands and wash them off. And, it does help. It does make a difference. Yeah. And Deirdre says root vegetables are grounding also.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Thank you for that reminder. I completely forgot about that. So the foods that we eat can have an impact to ground us.
And this is good news. Sherry Seymour says, glad to hear chocolate is grounding. I'm ready to make more chocolate peanuts. Yay me.
I know. I can't wait until she makes some more chocolate peanuts. Yay. Yeah. And they're sugar-free. So it's like, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. It's the first sugar treat I've had since December. So it was awesome. Like, sweet treat.
And Joanne says, take a piece of the earth and put it in a bowl with your feet in it. Also sit with a plant at the side of you, breathing in and out, sending it love.
I love
what
that.
What a great idea, Joanne.
That's a great idea. Yeah. And now Lily says I dream a lot of snakes lately, and that people treats me bad and makes me stress. Strange dreams that's strong. Suppose it's the times. And, you can go online and look up the dream meanings. And it's really more symbology of what does that mean to you? What does that represent in your
usually?
What does that mean to you in waking life? So you can really kind of start playing detective with your own dreams.
Yeah. And so, Patricia, I think maybe you went to visit Lily last night.
I know.
She dreamed she was in Norway on a train going very fast and being a tourist. So maybe you and Lily need to get to know each other. Maybe that's what that dream was all about.
I love that. And Tricia says she has good spirit energy all around her.
Awesome.
And that is so nice. That's really, really, really nice.
And Lily, I think that crystal was maybe shungite or black tourmaline.
Yeah.
Both of those are really good. And hematite also. All of those are really good grounding stones.
Yeah. And what I love about shungite is it also blocks the EMF frequencies. Mm-hmm. So the frequencies off the computers, your cell phones, whatever. I mean, I know if most of the time you're not around that stuff maybe, but when you are, I have a shungite Merkaba, and I put that when I'm working on or doing a workshop on the computer or anything. I put that right there so that it helps offset the energies.
And I want to say good morning to Stacy. Thank you for coming in with us this morning, Stacy.
Good morning, Stacy.
And Rick says, I eat dark chocolate. It's a blood thinner.
I didn't know that.
Tricia said it's healthy. And it is. Just with anything that we do, though, in balance. You don't want to eat the whole pound of dark chocolate, but just a little bite of it. Anything in balance is really good for us.
Yes. And Sharon asked, Teri, when you finished last night, did you let out a large vocal exhale?
Yes, I did. Well, actually, that happened after Robert's show. So after the big day of live streaming, which was over 12 hours, then I had to go right into Robert's show with him. even though I'm not on the air, talking or anything, I'm there with him and supporting him. And yeah, after that, it was like, turn that computer off. I am done. And actually, I tried to go, I think, onto the internet after I got off, and it wouldn't even go on. It was like that time thing that just keeps going. And I'm like, you're trying to tell me something, aren't you?
If you won't pay attention, we're going to do it for you. Yeah. And Patricia says, being asleep is a chance to see things we don't see when we are awake. So true. And she adds, I love creating my sleep space due to knowing answers are here for questions I can't answer.
Absolutely.
That is, that's another important point that you bring up, Patricia. Where are you going to sleep? What is your environment that you're sleeping in? Is there a lot of chaos in your environment? Is there, you can, put lavender scent and really be mindful of your environment that you're sleeping in.
Yeah, and then there's also the philosophy of feng shui, is that how you say it?
Feng shui.
And which direction are you sleeping? That's how a lot of people that are really knowledgeable about that, they'll ask you, which direction are you facing, or is your body laying in the 4 directions? So there's a lot to all of this. I believe everything, this energy that we're in, and we are energy, so we have to be in alignment with what's going on. And Deirdre asked, any tips to remember your dreams? I think if you speak them as soon as you wake up, that's when we usually are remembering what happened during that dream state. Speak them out loud. Have a little recorder by your bed, or a way to record the dream with writing or speaking it. But to me, if I say it, then it's I can remember more of it. I remember more details if I tell it out loud. Has anybody had the phenomena of dreaming something, waking up, and going back into that dream?
Yes.
I have done that so many times, and I think that is so interesting to be able to do that. Yeah. I'll wake up from the dream, and I'm like, oh, that was interesting, or that was weird, or whatever, and then I'll fall asleep, and I'm going right back into the dream and continuing on with that same dream. And I wonder what that's all about, because it's like weird that it happens, but it's happened a lot in my lifetime. So, and I don't think I'm alone in that. You said, yeah. So
I've had that happen too. And I would like to add to that. The other thing, Deirdre, that you can add is, before you go to sleep at night, state your intention out loud and to your team and to your higher self that you intend to remember your dreams when you wake up. Now, you may have to do that night after night after night after night, but do state your intentions to remember your dreams, and that will help as well.
Absolutely. And Wendy has a good point. Yeah. We can connect to our loved ones in spirit when we sleep. Absolutely. They come in. Not just our loved ones. I mean, that's wonderful, but also our spirit guides help us during that time. The angels help us. So, be open to being taught and being things being brought to remembrance. Maybe past lives even that you had can come into remembrance during that sleep time.
As some of you who follow here a lot, Sally and Tony are opening up a healing center, and this is some good news. They said, we are actually having other healers find us and want to become part of our healing center. People that are exactly who we are looking for in every way. This journey has been crazy so far, but in a good way. We even met 2 of our resident spirits, Jerry and Sarah, who greet us when we walk in. That is wonderful.
That is awesome.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too. And congratulations, girls. And going back to the comment about our loved ones come in our dreams, Sharon Boyle connects with her grandma.
Yes.
And Tricia Cullen, was it Tricia?
Yes, Tricia Cullen.
That's her daughter came to her that's in heaven, and she lived with a disability in heaven. She was perfect, of
Isn't
course.
That lovely, of course, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Patricia Haggerty says, one tiny piece of pink sea salt under the tongue helps with headaches. Somebody must have made a comment about headaches.
That was talking about this pink sea salt.
Okay.
And it has a lot of benefits, and that's one of them. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes. And, Luann is with us. Thought she was. I'll tell you, we're so far behind on the comments. There's so much comment going on.
She's talking about the pink sea salt, and C says, I agree that earthing is best, but I live in a second floor apartment, so the salt is magic for me. And there's a lot of people that can't get out and be outside in nature or touch the earth. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you for that big tip this morning, C. We really appreciate that. And she loves the plant idea, Joanne. So I do too. I think that's
it's
great.
A great idea.
I had cats for the last 19, 20 years until this past year when they both left me, but I couldn't have real plants inside. Right. But now I can. So that's a great idea. And thank you for sharing that this morning, Joanne.
And Wendy says she's applied feng shui to all the rooms in her house. And Sharon Boyle says sage your bedroom regularly. And the whole house.
The whole house.
Yes.
When I'm home, I do that every day. I go through sage like most people go through toilet paper. Ruth Bradford is with us. Ruth, I haven't seen you on our show, but you know what? Ruth. I know you and I love you, girl. Thank you for coming in.
It's so nice to see
Ruth
you here with us.
Ruth is a fellow Kentuckian. She lives up in Lexington, near Lexington area. And Ruth, one of these days when I'm up in Kentucky, we are going to get together. It hasn't worked out so far when I've been up there, but yes, I would love to get in and meet you.
And Diane, Allison Beiersdorfer brings up, I learned how to manipulate my dreams when I was a child. Lucid dreaming. That's another aspect of dreaming, and a way to dream is lucid dreaming. Look that up, kids. It's really fascinating stuff.
There's some guided meditations that will take you into the lucid dreamings, and a lot of the, what do they call it, the 3D meditations where you hear something in one ear and then you hear it in the other ear, and it's like the sound is really out there somewhere, but it's really in your head. Those help a lot with the lucid dreaming. And I'm so glad Stacy is here with us. Stacy, we're really lifting up your friend Tanya and her whole family, and we're very sorry about the loss of the little girl Haley. That just touched all of our hearts, and we've been lifting your friend and you up this week.
And speaking of Stacy, she says the most amazing dream I have ever had was flying in the dark down the side of a mountain. I could only see the moonlight and shadows, and I could feel the wind blowing by me. And when it was time to stop flying, I drifted softly to the ground in line with the ground line with feathers, and I gently woke up. Wow. That's a powerful dream.
I love flying dreams.
I know. And Carol says sometimes she gets mad when she can't go back and finish her dream.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah.
And Ruth says she was awoken at 6 a.m. with messages this morning. I never wake up this early, and very rare to get messages this strong. Well, see, you were awoken so you could come in here with us.
Yes.
And we're so glad you did. It puts a smile on my face to see you, Ruth. Thank you for being here.
Oh, and Sherry Gatewood has reconnected with 4 of her women ancestors. And I'm assuming, Sherry, maybe that's in your dreams that you've been able to reconnect with them.
Awesome. And Wendy's asking Deirdre where you are because she doesn't see you. We are streaming in 5 different places, ladies. We were out there on the net. On Facebook, we're in 3 different groups. We are in Enlightened World Network. We are in our new channel, EWN Enlightened Living, and we are also in Angel Speakers Teri Angel. Yeah. And then we're on YouTube, and we're on Periscope. So, this is amazing. I love doing this. It used to be we hit the button and went live on Facebook, and that's all we had. And now look what we can do. Yeah. It's the type of world we live in now. It's like we were talking about earlier about the things that have been created. And all that creativity that's coming up. And now we know how to do this.
It's awesome.
So, yeah, it really is.
And Trisha Cullen says, I've got to go, but this has been so validating and lovely. So glad I was awake to join. Trisha, you have a blessed day.
Love you so much. And thank you for being here.
If you're still here, if you have any prayer requests, we do, Teri does a beautiful meditation. And prayer requests.
We've been having so much fun talking. I totally forgot to look at the time. But I want to say good morning to Henry on Periscope. Thank you for being here with us today.
Oh,
so it is prayer request time.
Okay, so Sherry connected with her ancestors through her third eye, is what she's saying. Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it that way, can I? All right, let me go in here.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Like a feather, Stacy said. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying.
And Wendy wants to know how many combined viewers are watching. Right now we have 21. And thank you all for being with us this morning in all of our different channels. Because we, if you're just tuned into one of the pages, you're only going to see a certain amount of people watching. But we have this little gadget up here that tells us how many are combined and watching us.
And good morning, Angie Taylor. Well, it's not morning there, it's evening there, right? She's in Australia. So hello,
and
Angie.
Thank you, Deirdre. She's putting Wendy in the prayer circle because she's having so much pain. Yes, we are lifting you up, Wendy, every day.
Wendy.
And Stacy asked for prayers for her friend Tanya and her son. They're going to the funeral home this morning. And let's really lift up that little boy. The daughter that was lost was his best friend, and it's really hard for children especially. I mean, it's hard on parents to lose a child, but for a child that was used to having a sibling and then that child is no longer there, that's got to be just heart-wrenching for a parent to watch that happen, and then dealing with your own grief as well. So that whole family, we're going to lift them all up.
Sharon brought up a great point. She says, I wonder if we had a universal saging moment, if the smoke could be seen from space.
I bet it would.
I bet.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
And I bet the Heart Math Institute would even have something happen on their graph of all the frequency.
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure.
And Patricia also has to leave us. Patricia, thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
And she said it was wonderful to share with all of you today. Well, it was wonderful to have your energy with us.
And Stacy said that Tanya and her son are going to the funeral home this morning. So prayers for them. And Sherry Seymour says, prayers for my friends Lisa Beatty and Christina Clevenger as they are traveling today. Absolutely.
So thank you all for putting your prayers in. We'll be starting that in just a couple of minutes. And if there's anyone new on here, we do this every morning. We all lift each other up. And anything that's on your heart, any people or situations. And we're not a religion, we're not a cult, we're not anything except people who love each other. And we say our religion is love. And that's just what it's all about. We do mention God, but it's the God of your understanding, not my understanding. So we each have that vision of what God is or what our Creator is. And some choose to call it different names, and that's okay. It's all the same energy.
Yeah. And Lillian asked for prayers for her family and for herself and for all of us here.
Absolutely.
And Logan is the young son that lost his sister. He's 5. So.
And Julie Kiss asked for success for the week as new projects start today.
Yes.
And thank you, Julie. We absolutely will.
And good morning, Julie. I didn't see you on my feed, so I wasn't ignoring you. Good morning, sweetheart. And Catherine Kovacs is with us also.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi.
And yes, the little boy's name is Logan that lost his sister, and he's 5 years old. So that has to be so difficult on him.
Yeah.
And Ruth asked for prayers for her grandson, Camden. He lost a very close friend that passed, and he's having a very hard time with it. His friend was shot. We're so sorry to hear that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and begin. It's that time. And we can start to, sorry, Brookie, I just kicked the dog unintentionally. I'm sorry, darling.
Baby, come up and lay down. Yes, that's a good girl.
Okay,
She's
so let's start to center in our bodies. And we talked about how the breath does that. So let's breathe in. If you can close your eyes, it shuts out the distraction. It helps you to see the breath, actually. Just watch that breath as you take it into your lungs. Envision your lung filling up, blowing up like a balloon as it takes in that air. Hold it for a minute before you exhale it. And then let it out slowly. This is how we do the heart-brain connection. With the next breath in, start to think about what you're grateful for. Think about something that you care about, that you're concerned about maybe, or that brings you great joy. Anything that brings that feeling in your heart of compassion, that feeling of love that fills you up. Let's just bring all of that into our heart. And then release it out and feel your body start to relax. And let's take one more of those deep breaths in. Just fill up that balloon completely. Let it expand your belly out. Take that deep belly breath. Nobody's watching. You can pooch it out there. And then release it out. And I already feel the shift in the energy as we all do this together collectively. And we're all going to that space where only love is in there. Only love is welcome in our hearts right now. We're going to fill it with love and fill our bodies with love and love energy. And let's start to take that breath down into Mother Earth. I see it going like a thread going from your heart all the way down your body and going out the bottom of your feet. And let's connect with our crystals. We've been doing this a lot, so maybe it's the same crystal you've been finding down in Mother Earth. Maybe it's a different one today. Maybe you're looking for the one crystal that's going to really speak to you and bring you some protective energy, helping you to release negativity, helping you to release whatever it is in your life that needs to be let go of. I'm seeing a lot of different crystals popping up. So I think we're all exploring today. We're like Dora the Explorer. We're going to go in there and see what's there. And we're going to find that one. What one is it that you're going to pick up, that you're going to hold in your hand? I'm finding a bloodstone myself. So I've got it in my hand. I'm just going to let that energy sit there with me. What's your crystal? Find that crystal if you haven't found it yet. Feeling a lot of tourmaline energy. I'm feeling some shungite. Ooh, somebody's got a beautiful rose quartz. Bringing love into your heart. That's what the rose quartz does. Okay, so we played there in that crystal field down in the center of Mother Earth. Let's do some releasing. As you're holding that stone in your hand and you're still connected in with earth energy, just breathe out anything that you want to let go of. It'll be brought to your mind by your crystal. Ask your crystal, what's in me that I need to release? What do I need to let go of right now in this moment? What can I say yes to surrendering to? Can I surrender fear? Can I surrender unworthiness? Can I surrender the feeling of the thought that I might be ill, the thought that I have disease? Can I surrender not being enough? Can I surrender the need to people please? The need to have other people see me in the best light? Whatever it is that you need to let go of, let's do it now. My hands are tingling. I feel a lot of energy movement. So as you move that out of you, leave it in Mother Earth. Just leave it there where you are, down in the center of Mother Earth. All of those crystals that are there will take that energy and transmute it. You don't have to hold on to it. When you hold on to that low vibration, it makes you feel heavier. It brings you into that 3D heavy energy, and we don't want to stay there. There's a lot of clearing of the throat chakra energy, not being authentic, not being able to speak your truth and speak what you want to say. Let's let go of that right now. Let go of the fear that what you say is going to affect others in a negative way, that they're going to misunderstand you, or they're going to judge you for what you have to say. Let's let go of that. Let's let go of sadness. Many of us grieve and we hold on to that energy as we hold it in there inside. We don't want to let it go because we think if we let go of that, we're going to not value whatever it is that made us sad. But you can lift that vibration a little bit at a time. If you're in that deep depressive state and sad state, you can make a choice. Okay, I'm going to just lift up to acceptance. I don't have to lift all the way to happiness right now, but I can at least start to lift my vibration and go up one step at a time. So let's go into acceptance all together right now. Accept where you are. Allow whatever is happening with you and love it. Give love, whatever that overriding emotion is that's inside. Being okay with who we are and where we are, that's allowing. That's acceptance, and that's a beautiful place to be. So let's give gratitude now for this experience with the crystals, this experience of being grounded down into Mother Earth, turning over anything that we needed to release and leaving it there. Don't take it back up with you when you come out of that earth energy. Have that faith and that trust that what you let go of can stay there to be transmuted. There's still some clearing going on. Let it go. Let it go. It feels like it was the being authentic part, the speaking up part. That's what many of us are struggling with right now. So let's all commit to letting that go, surrendering that need to hold on to something. And let's let each of us be who we are without judgment. Okay, so we're going to start coming back up. Leave whatever it was that you surrendered, leave it there. You can take your stone if you want, or you can leave the stone there. Just bring the grounding energy back up your body now, going into your root. Feeling that balance now that you've grounded. Feeling very centered in your root chakra. Let's feel into the balance of releasing fear, like we did, and bringing in safety. You are safe to be here. This is a safe container for you to do that kind of work, to bond together with others that are like-minded, and to feel that unconditional love from everyone gathered here. Bringing more of that balance upward now into the sacral. Feeling into our creativity. Someone mentioned projects that will start. This is the beginning of the week, so there may be things that you're going to be going into this week. Feeling safe to do that. Feeling secure and confident to do that. Letting your creativity open up wide. Also feeling into that time of recreation and play and letting yourself go there to have fun. And then let's bring safety and security up into our solar plexus, our power center. Feel your power. Own your power. Own that you are enough, that you are worthy. It's your birthright. We are worthy to have a beautiful life, to have a life that is so powerful, tapping into our spiritual self and knowing that we are unlimited. And then going all the way back up to our heart center where we began, anchoring in that safety and security in our heart, knowing that it's safe to love, it's safe to be loved, breathing in all of that wonderful love that we share here in this group, that Spirit shares with us, that the angels bring into us, our spirit guides and our Creator. Breathe in that love. And with our hearts full of love, let's reach that love out to these prayer requests. Let's lift each person that put someone in the prayer request time. Someone that brought to mind incidents and people that are struggling, and any that were unspoken that are in your hearts right now. I'm thinking of a few myself, placing them in the circle. And let's lift that up. Let's lift all of that prayer request up. And as we go upward with our energy, we're going up through our other chakras. We're going up to our throat chakra, and that it's okay to speak out. We're speaking love over all of these requests and all of the ones that are struggling, anyone that asks for us to lift them. We're using our voice. We're using our collective voice right now, and it feels very clear. It feels very powerful as we give out that energy of I love you to all of these prayer requests. And then going up to our third eye, our intuition, feeling into these prayer requests and sending energy telepathically to anyone that needs it right now. And then lifting that energy up through the crown chakra as we connect in with our higher self, and we connect in with the higher spiritual realms, and we bring these requests directly to the Creator. And we ask God, source energy, to hold all of these people, to hold all of these situations, to hold our beautiful Earth planet and every creature that's on it, every plant, all the water, everything that's on Earth. And we ask God to answer these prayers in the best way possible for each situation. We don't know as humans the big picture. We don't know what the best way is. But we're just trusting and believing that that is what's going to happen as we bring these requests forward. And let's give gratitude. Let's really thank our Creator for being there for us, to have this knowledge that we can do this knowledge, this faith, this belief, that as we are gathered together, it makes a difference. It makes an impact. I believe that. Believe it in your heart. Have faith in your heart that this has all been turned over. We don't have to carry it anymore. We can feel lighter because that burden has now been given over to the higher power. And let's pull that love now. Let's pull the love in. God's love, that unconditional love that says, it doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter that you considered yourself less than perfect. God sees us as perfect. He sees the perfection in each of us. How does that make you feel? It makes me feel warm. It makes me feel emotional to know that I'm seen as perfect. That no matter what I've done in my life, I'm perfect in God's eyes. Feel that perfection right now. Feel the perfection of the person next to you. Feel the perfection of that person that's struggling. See them in their perfect state. And now as you look at that perfect person that's standing right beside of you here in this circle, let's start to do our heart telephone. Let's send that love message out. Looking at that perfect person right beside of you, from your perfect heart to their perfect heart. Let's give them a message of love. Let's send out an I love you to that person right beside you. I love you.
I love you.
And watch that go around our circle, seeing each person that really is standing there just reveling in the fact that they are perfect, and bringing that love back to your heart. Receive it. Receive it. Open up to that love. Let it in. And let it explode inside of you. That feeling of love. We always want to hold it, don't we? We always want to say, yum, I love this. And just hold that moment of just being loved. Just knowing how you're seen by those here in the group, and seen by God, by the angels, by Spirit, that you are perfect. And you are so loved. And now let's really give that love to each other. That love that's inside. On the count of 3, we're going to do some gratitude. We're going to say thank you. And then we're going to say, I love you. And really give out that love in your heart. See it scooping out of your heart. So 1, 2, 3. I love you. And that's from our hearts. Yes. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes. And your sister Billy is with
Hi,
us.
Billy.
And Alyssa. And of course, Julie is with us as well. So good morning to you all.
And Ruth said that to her grandson just before we said that we are connected.
That is so wonderful.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
And Ruth, your rose quartz. Yes, I did pick that up. Somebody grabbed a big rose quartz and was bringing all that love into your heart. That's beautiful. And hi, Rupesh. Thank you for being here. And you're so welcome. Good morning, Billy. Oh, you all are just beautiful. Yes, Sharon. Each faith brought together with love. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do. And anybody who puts your requests in, those were all heard. Just have faith. Believe they were all heard. And you are so beautiful. You're such an amazing group.
Thank you all so much. And thank you for the lovely thank yous, and we're all in this together.
Yes,
and
we are.
We're lifting each other up, and we're sending healing to each other. And I couldn't think of a better way to start the day than
or the
with all
week.
of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Ruth says she has tears of peace. Ruth, I'm so glad you came
so
in with us,
happy.
honey. We do this every morning. So if you wake up, maybe they'll wake you up again tomorrow and you can come with us again.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're so welcome, C. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
Oh, I love all of you so much. You are such a blessing in my life. And yes, have a fabulous, amazing, wonderful day.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to tune in to Diane at 9:30 this morning. Yes. And Mira will be on at 9 for just a few minutes of just something uplifting for us. And anyone who wants to join our intentions group, we do that every Monday night. So just let me know. It's not something that's online. It's private. But if you want to be there, just let me know. I think, Deirdre, you're coming in with us tonight for the first time. We keep it kind of small, so if there's someone that has a burning desire to be with us, just let me know and we'll bring you in. Yeah. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. And namaste, y'all. I was waiting for that.
I know. I love that. Deirdre, you're going to fit in so well down here. You're just going to feel like you were born and raised here.
Yes.
We love you all,
we're going to sign off and give you all a break before we start the rest of the day with lives. Yeah. And take some time for you today. I think that's what's needed. I know it's what's needed for me after the weekend I've been through, and I do have some downtime today.
Good.
So
absolutely.
Love you all.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Have a blessed day.